Today we're talking about one of the funniest and most chaotic episodes of Friends, the Dollhouse episode. The episode starts when Monica finds out that her Aunt Sylvia has passed away. Normally this kind of moment is supposed to be emotional, but there's a twist. Monica isn't exactly heartbroken. Why? Because Aunt Sylvia was known for being rude, strict, and honestly kind of scary. But the real reason Monica gets excited is because she finally inherits the legendary dollhouse she always wanted as a kid. And that's where the chaos begins. When Monica shows the dollhouse to everyone, Phoebe instantly turns into an excited little kid. She's ready to use her imagination and create crazy stories around the house. But there's one problem. Monica takes the dollhouse very seriously. Everything has to look perfect. Victorian furniture, perfect decorations, and absolutely no weird stuff allowed. Meanwhile, Phoebe is basically pure chaos. She adds a giant dog, puts a ghost in the attic, and even says the house was built on radioactive waste and an ancient burial ground. At this point, the cute little dollhouse starts sounding more like a horror movie. And honestly, that's what makes this episode so funny. Monica wants everything organized and realistic, while Phoebe turns the entire house into a fantasy world. Their personalities completely clash, but that contrast creates some of the best comedy in the episode. On one side, Monica is trying to protect the perfect dollhouse. On the other side, Phoebe is like, you know what this house needs? A dinosaur. And when Monica finally snaps and yells, no dinosaurs, no ghosts, no giant dogs, it feels less like a dollhouse argument and more like a world crisis. But then comes the most iconic part of the episode. Phoebe creates her own version of the dollhouse. Instead of stairs, there's a slide. There's a licorice room where you can eat the furniture, and guests sleep on a Tootsie Roll bed. Basically, the entire house runs on cartoon logic. And surprisingly, everyone thinks Phoebe's version is way more fun. That's when Monica realizes something important. Sometimes perfection can actually make things boring. And then, in classic sitcom fashion, disaster strikes. A fire suddenly breaks out in the dollhouse. Everyone panics, and just when it seems like everything is destroyed, some random toys somehow survive, which perfectly matches the chaotic energy of the whole episode. What makes this episode special is that it's not just about comedy, it's also about imagination versus perfection. Phoebe represents creativity and fun chaos, while Monica represents order and control. And the episode shows that sometimes the messy, crazy ideas end up being the most memorable ones. If you're a fan of Friends, this is definitely one of the most entertaining episodes to watch, because somehow, a simple story about a dollhouse turns into complete madness in the best possible way. Phoebe's insane dollhouse might actually be cooler than Monica's perfect one. Ending line. If you had this dollhouse, would you keep it perfect like Monica, or turn it into complete chaos like Phoebe?